Season 4 has just begun, and with it comes Angela, an Asgardian hero from heaven. But why is she joining this season? Well, her lore chapter will inform us why. So let's take a look at the story of Angela and more to discover her past. First, let's go over her lore chapter, Her Sister's Keeper. When mortals speak of heaven, they think of fluffy cloud cities and eternal peace. But only those who have seen the realm know that heaven is a fortress designed to prepare the angels for one thing: glorious war. None knew this better than Angela, of course. Stolen from Asgard as an infant, and then long thought dead by her blood family, she was secretly raised as an angel, eventually becoming the most trusted and capable soldiers. Like her sisters in heaven, Angela believed everything had a cost, and there was no greater cost than when the time stream entanglement ripped across the fabric of reality. Long ago, when Angela was stolen, Odin had removed the 10th realm, heaven, from its rightful place on the world tree. He did this because he thought the Queen of Heaven killed Angela. Heaven's place was eventually restored, allowing Angela to reunite with her long-lost siblings. But the tether between Heaven and Yggdrasil was weakened by this infraction. On the eve of the time stream entanglement, Angela took Laussa, her baby sister, to visit Heaven. Little did she know that this peaceful moment would end in a tragedy. They were attacked by a group of Dazir, undead Valkyries that are devoted to Hela. The Dazir took Laussa from Angela, and as she tried to chase them, that's when the time stream entanglement ripped across Heaven. The weakened connection between Heaven and Yggdrasil tore apart, and Heaven was lost into a new time stream, thrown into a dying, collapsing time stream, a timeline where gods and demons were at war. As the Hand of Heaven, Angela had to put her personal strife aside to protect the realm she now calls home. They fought valiantly, but countless angels died, including the Queen, and as second in power, Angela now had to protect her realm. And she did, but eventually, she knew that she couldn't abandon her sister anymore, so she decided to chase Hela anyway. Fortunately, on the battlefield, she crossed paths with a mutant sorceress who is the Queen of Limbo. With a wave of magic's hand, a portal opened which allowed Angela to return to the 9 realms to find Laussa. But the search was not easy. She traveled across all of the realms for anyone who knew where Hela or Laussa could be, first checking Asgard and finding it was in disrepair from a war between Loki and Thor. Then Midgard, and finding that Earth had its own troubles. Earth was currently recovering from a vampire takeover. She checked every realm, talking to the frost giant King Laufey on Jotunheim, visiting her mother Frigga in Vanaheim, searching for Surtur in Muspelheim, checking with the dwarven King Eitri in Nidavellir. All of them had nothing, but she did enjoy battling the frost giants. Eventually, she checked the world tree itself, where she ran into Munin, one of Odin's favorite ravens. Munin claimed that Hela was seen on a distant realm of Clintar, serving as Null's Queen in Black. As Angela was about to immediately set off, Munin told her that Hela's reign was short, and she had already retreated. To where? Munin didn't know. Now, for some reason, this is when Angela finally decided to check Hela's realm, Hell, and when she arrived on the shore of corpses, where countless undead soldiers wander in perpetual anguish, she battled all of them and took them all out, except for one. This soul seemed different. It was clear that despite being killed, this warrior's spirit was not yet snuffed out. As the warrior's soul approached, his fists began to glow, and the green and yellow tatters of clothing fluttered in the breeze, revealing a dragon-like emblem on his chest. "Hold, warrior! I mean you no harm. It is only your queen I wish to shred ribbons," Angela said. "Not my queen. I only serve Shao Lao." The warrior explained to Angela that if she wishes to find Hela, she will soon learn of Shao Lao, and Shao Lao and Hela are both in Kunlun. Now, Angela hadn't heard of Shao Lao, but she recognized Kunlun. To her, Kunlun was one of the 7 capital cities of heaven, and Angela believed this region was a poor imitation of the true heaven. But perhaps it was time to visit it finally. She asked how to get there, and the warrior explained it's difficult. But he had a way for her. He reached out his hand and opened his glowing fist to reveal a dazzling crystal. It sparkled a brilliant green and was shaped like the dragon on his chest. "It's a bit of Xiaolao's qi in crystal form. It should lead you there." Angela, believing everything has a cost, asked what he requested of her. At first, he wanted nothing, saying, "This one's on me." But then he asked her for one thing. "If you happen to meet someone named Luke, tell them I say hi, and bye." With that, the warrior lumbered to the coastline as a Valkyrie of Odin descended down, picking the warrior up and flying him away. With that, Angela took flight once more, letting the spirit-infused crystal guide her to the city of Kunlun. Now, she wasn't the only hero arriving at Kunlun. An assemblage of heroes gathered in the lands, and among the champions was one wearing familiar green and yellow clothes with the same dragon emblem on his chest. She flew down. "You! Are you the one they call Luke?" No, I'm Lin Li, but you can call me Iron Fist." "I see. Then I must seek audience with Xiaolao." "You can get in line. The big guy's asleep right now. And as his immortal weapon, that means I've got to deal with a mountain of problems. Doom is planning an attack on the heart of heaven, the 8th city of Dezang somehow merged with the other 7 cities, and I've been stuck babysitting this itty-bitty goddess that the Prince of Orphans took in. So unless you're ready to join the fight—" "Indeed I am," Angela said, raising her spear and charging full speed toward the unsuspecting Iron Fist. Angela had caught the faintest trace of Laussa's scent on Iron Fist's garments, and when he mentioned the itsy-bitsy goddess, her suspicions were confirmed. Whether Iron Fist was working with Hela or not, Angela didn't know, but she knew this: the cost of their transgressions would be high. Perhaps the highest they would ever pay. Now that is Angela's first character chapter, but to explain a little bit more, for those who don't know, in Iron Fist's first character chapter, he encountered a thief who stole a fruit of immortality from his tree. Iron Fist chased that thief into the 8th city and realized the thief did not steal it for themselves, but to save a child named Laussa. The thief was the Prince of Shadows, a legendary immortal weapon, and Iron Fist decided to stay with the Prince of Shadows so that the Prince of Shadows could train Iron Fist. And Laussa happens to be there, which sets up the conflict we now witness 9 months later in Season 4. Which is super exciting. And Iron Fist's story also included Dezang as the protector of the 8th city, trying to keep a peaceful refugee for those lost in the time stream entanglement. And looking back at how they foreshadowed Dezang, I could totally see the foreshadowing. They have him effortlessly parkour up to the rooftops, and then it reads, "The full moon shone behind Dezang, framing his silhouette in a way that sent chills down Lin Li's spine." Which, you can see that there's so much foreshadowing there, setting up Daredevil to be Dezang. And even though this is just a fun team shooter multiplayer game, I still consistently get reminded at how cool the narrative is and how well done it is. Anyway, that is Angela's first lore chapter, and I look forward to seeing her, Iron Fist, and Daredevil interact in the upcoming gallery cards. And if you're interested in that, please subscribe to stay tuned. And as always, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.